So what's going on, people? Welcome back. I think everyone are doing good. Okay. So in this particular video, I'll teach you about how do you actually install Ubuntu in your VirtualBox. Okay. Let's start without wasting time. The first thing you need to do is that you need to open the Chrome, and then you need to search for Ubuntu. Okay. So after searching for Ubuntu, you can see their main page. Okay. Click on that. Okay. Now go for downloads. So you can see download buttons here. Go for download, and then what? Get Ubuntu desktop. Okay. So now it will land you. It will land you in this particular page. So there is two things. One is LTS, and one is nothing. Like it is just a newer version. So what is the meaning of LTS? LTS is nothing but it stands for long term support. That means this particular OS will be having security updates for around 5 years. So that is what the meaning of LTS. So every 5 years Ubuntu will release a new operating system. Okay, so that is what the meaning of LTS. So if you come for this, every 6 months Ubuntu will release a new version that will be 23.04, 23.05, 23.06, something like that. After 2024, if you reach 2024, then it will be 24.01, 24.02, like that. Okay, so basically they will release like a 4 to maybe like 6 months, or they will take what 4 months, I guess. Not 4 months, yeah, 4 months, I guess. So every 4 months, sorry, not the 6 months, every 4 months they'll release this new OS. So how do you check, how do you know that? So because you can see that 0401 is nothing but 1 month, that will be January, February, March and April. So in that period of time they'll release 23.01 and 23.02, and this will be the last, like September, October, November, December. So in the last fourth month, so 23.04 is been released. Okay, the first thing is I don't need to install this one. I'll just install this one because it is LTS. LTS means long-term support. If I download this, they'll provide me a security update of 5 years. That is what the meaning of LTS. Okay, so if I click on this download, now I'll come for a download session. Okay. It is asking, so it is saying thank you for downloading Ubuntu. So if I come for download section, you can see that it is around 4.7. I'll just zoom it. So you can see that it is around 4.7 GB. So it will take 3 hours, depend on my internet speed. Okay, so I don't need to download this thing, but I already have downloaded file. I'll just close this one. Okay, here you can see this particular file is Ubuntu 23.04.3. This will be the LTS version, and this I downloaded long back, like 2 days back, I guess. So this will be the new version. Okay, so let's install this Ubuntu using this iOS. So this is the same iOS, don't get confused, I already downloaded it. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to open the VirtualBox, then you need to click on this new button. You can see that new button, I guess. I can't zoom in. Okay, so I can't zoom in, so click on this new button, and then give a name for that. Ubuntu something like for students. Okay, now you need to select to which particular path you need to store this. I'll select my inner drive, that will be which is pre-installed in my laptop, and then I'll select the OS, but I don't need to select the OS right here. I'll select it afterwards. Now I need to select on Linux, and then there is many options, you can just try it out, but I need Ubuntu 24 bits. Okay, I don't need to confuse you, so that is why I'm specifying Ubuntu 24-bit. Okay, so if I click next, so it is asking for the RAM. You can basically change the RAM whenever you want, but now I'll give like 4 GB. Okay, okay, let's take 5 GB or 4. Okay, 5 GB. Okay, after that you need to give the processor. like 1 2 3 or something like that, but now for this particular video I'll give 3. If you have more processors you can give, but I have 16 GB RAM, I gave 5 GB RAM, and I have 8 cores, and I gave 3 cores. Okay, next it is asking for the disk permission, so you need to specify the disk permission. I will specify it as 50 something, 50 near to 50. That will be 52.2524. Okay, that's good. Now if I click next, so it will show what and all we actually selected, and to which particular drive or the path you need to save this particular OS, or save this all the files. Okay, now what I do, okay, so now I created this Ubuntu for students. Ubuntu for student, you can see many operating systems here, but which I'm running. Okay, so this is which one, this is the new one which I created right now. So you can see that there is start here. Before clicking on the start, because I did not specify any iOS files, so I need to specify iOS files now. So I click on settings. Now what I need to do, in the general, click on advanced, and you basically need to click on bi-directional, because so if you are a Windows user and you are using Ubuntu for some projects or something, better using this bi-direction is very useful, because so if you need to copy from Windows to VirtualBox, it will help to copy those files without worrying about transferring to cloud, and you need to download from cloud. Okay, so next option is description, and you don't need to fill anyone. Okay, in here I have given a RAM. Okay, this will be the processor which I gave, and the acceleration. On display you need to give 128. You need to give the maximum, because the more it is, the more quality and HD display will be given to Ubuntu. Okay, so remote display. Okay, that is all. And here if you come to the storage, you can see there is empty, and one more, you can see VDI. So click on the empty. So VDI is basically whatever the files. So in VirtualBox, if there anything that so if let's say that there is one OS running, but do you see which extension it is been saved? You can see that all the files, all the OSs which is in the VirtualBox will be saved in VDI format. Okay, VirtualBox format, something like that, but it is not the abbreviation of VDI. So basically whenever you use or whenever you transfer something, if you have VDI file, and then you can use this VirtualBox, and directly you can just import it. So that is what the use of VDI. Okay, so I will click on empty, and then I'll click on here. You can see that small kind of CD. Okay, you click on that, you can see choose a disk file. Okay, so I'll go for the end drive. This will be my install drive, and this will be my external drive, and you can see that there is one OS which is called Ubuntu 22.04.3. so if you click open, okay, now if I click OK, now what I need to do, I need to click on which operating system I need to run. Then I need to click on this start button. After clicking the start button, you will get some pop-up side pop-up window that is saying powering VM up. Okay, let's wait for that. You can just forward a little bit of this video. Okay, let's wait. Okay, so you can see that there is some pop-up. Okay, it is saying VirtualBox 7.0, and then here you need to select try Ubuntu. Okay, you need to select try or install Ubuntu, and Ubuntu safe, and Ubuntu OEM install, and test memory. Okay, now I need to try this and then install it. Okay, so if I click enter, so it will basically run this particular iOS file as test or try. You can basically test it, you can basically try it, or else you can basically install it. There is two options for you that is left here. So if you need to run this as a live boot, also you can run this as a live boot using test. So if you need to run this as if you need to install it, if you are saving something in this particular OS, then you can basically install it. Let me show you. You can just forward a little bit till it is getting on. Okay, it is taking a little bit of time. Okay, that's good. Okay, you can just forward this particular video. Okay, now there is some gray color coming on the screen. Okay, so now you will be having two options, that will be try and install. So if you need to run this particular Ubuntu in the live mode means nothing but live boot mode is nothing but whatever you do will be there till you shut down. So after shutdown, everything will be totally erased. If you click on try Ubuntu, whatever you do, everything will be there till to you shut down or till to you switch off, something like that. If you install it, whatever you save, it will be automatically saved, so it will be permanently saved. This will be temporary saved. I'll do temporary saved, and then I'll install it again. Okay, so I clicked on try Ubuntu. Then you can just forward a little bit of this video. Okay, now it is showing failed to send host log me. Okay, it will take a bit of time. Okay, it is taking a little bit of. Okay, you can see that what Ubuntu OS is been loaded. You can see that it can be used now. But one thing is that if you close this particular OS, everything will be erased except that Ubuntu, except this particular background and all this icon and installed applications will be there. But what you actually inserted or what you actually saved in this particular live boot, everything will be deleted. Okay, so what I need to do is that I need to install it now. So you can see one button here, I have one logo here called install Ubuntu. Okay, I'll double click on that. A pop-up will come. Okay. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, let's take. Okay, so you can see that the first thing is that you need to choose the language which you want. I'll choose continue, and then I choose English, and I choose continue. Okay, so now I need to choose the keyboard language. So by default I'll go. So by default it is English US and English US. Okay, I'll click on next. It will be continue, and then there is one more options called normal install and minimal install. So let's say you are using this Ubuntu just to do basic stuff like using Microsoft Word or something like this LibreOffice. If you are using only WordPress or Word or something like that, only for the basic purpose, then I'll recommend you go for the minimum installation. If you are up to with some coding and up to with some software development, or if you are a programmer and if you are gamer, something like that, so I prefer you to go for normal installation than minimum installation. Okay, now I'll choose normal installation, and then there is one button called download update while installing Ubuntu. So I don't need to download it because I will show you after installing this Ubuntu. I'll show you. Okay, so there is one more button called install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware and additional like if you need any like drivers. So this is the main thing we need to download it, because if you need any external drivers or third-party drivers, you need to click on this. Okay, so that is what I can say. Okay, I'll click on next. Okay, so I don't need to do normal installation. I'll do minimum installation because this video is basically about minimal installation. I'm not doing any other, but I'm saying that I need to do minimum installation, and I don't need to I don't need any third party. If you need any third party, you can just click on this. Okay, I'll just click continue. Okay, it will take a bit of time because I have given a shareable memory and storage for this, right? So it will take a bit of time to run. Okay, so now you can see that there is two options. One is that erase disk and install Ubuntu, or else something else. Okay, so the first option is nothing but okay, now in the before of the video, in the starting of this video, I gave 50 GB of space, right? 52 point something like that GB of space. So if you don't need that 52 GB, it will totally erase it, and then it will install that Ubuntu in that particular storage, the 52.6. Okay, what will happen if you click on something else? So if you click on something else, so you can give a space to root, and you can give a space to home, and you can give a space to swap memory. So basically, so if you click on this, it will give the default default storage, default storage, that will be a root for 4 GB, something like that. And there will be no swap, I guess. Sorry, 2 GB of swap memory it will give. And then the for home it will give the whole memory. Okay, let's click on this something else. So if you click on something else, for root you can give your own memory, like 4 GB of RAM. For home you can give like if it is 52 GB, you can give like 40 GB I need for home. Okay, the next thing is that swap memory. Swap memory is nothing but, okay, let's give an example. Let's say that this particular VirtualBox has 5 GB of RAM. Okay, so swap memory is basically nothing but, so if this 5 GB of RAM filled, okay, let's think that this 5 GB of RAM is getting filled, like 4.9 something like that. So all the cached memory will be shifted to the swap memory, and then the remaining space, so the main memory will get some space. So then it has some it will get some more power to run efficiently for Ubuntu. So the basic idea of swap is that, so if the RAM fills, it will store all the cache memory in the swap memory, and then the RAM will get some more memory free, so that it can run the system efficiently. That is what the main logic behind swap memory. Okay, so I'll click on something else and I'll continue it. Okay, now you can see, okay, let's wait for a minute, I guess it is loading. Okay, new partition table, create a new empty partition table. Okay, continue. Okay, so you can see that there is a space that is saying 56 point something GB, 56 GB is free. So now what I do, I click on that and I click on plus here. You can see that plus. So you can see I have selected 56 point GB. I given 56 point GB. Now if I click on plus, and then now as I'll say that this is 56 point GB, right? Okay. Now I'll say, I'll erase that file. Now I'll say, so this is basically having 5 GB of RAM. Now I'll say I need a swap memory of 6 GB. And then here, if I come here, you can select swap area. So this will basically create a swap memory of 6 GB. So if your memory or RAM get filled, which is 5 GB, then automatically it will transfer all the cache memory to the swap memory. That is what the logic. After that, you don't need to select this one and leave it as it is and click on OK. Okay, it will take a minute time. Okay, so again I'll click on this one. Okay, again I'll click on free space, and again I'll click on plus, and here there is 50 GB of free space. Now what I do, for this 50 GB I need to separate it to home directory and root directory. So I don't need to give 20 GB to root directory and remaining to the home directory. I need to say that take 20 GB. Okay. I'll do it again. Okay, I did not click the num button. Okay, I'll say that take 20 GB of space and go for the root extension journey and select root here. Okay, so you can see you need to select ext4 generalizing file system. So that is what it supports, and then you need to select which directory needs 20 GB of space. So I don't need to do that like that. I'll do 25 GB. Like I'll equally divide to root and home directory. Okay, so that will be 25 GB, and then I'll select a root directory. You can see that home directory is also there, but okay, I'll select okay. Okay, so now you need to give okay, I'll select the free memory space. I'll go here, and then I'll see there is one boot option. So you need to give like 500 KB of space to this boot. So if not, it will not load. So after that, because some boot, okay, let's take that like this. if you're what on in the system, if you are switch on in the system, you will see that some grub loading out. So like it's like a boot storage. So whenever you on the system, the first thing which will be getting on is that boot memory, sorry, boot or something like that, boot program, something like that. Okay, so if you don't leave a space for that, then it will basically not run. So I need to give 500 MB, it's totally fine. And then like I'll click on free space and plus, and then here I select a home directory. So okay, now I gave space to what, root directory, home directory, and boot directory. Then if I click on install now, okay, continue. Okay, you can see that I've given a swap memory and okay, something else. Click on continue. Okay, it is taking time. Let's wait for that. Okay, so it is asking for the location. So I'm actually living in India, so I'll select Kolkata. That will be my timeline. And then now I need to specify a username. Or let's say I will give a username as Dev and the computer name as Linux N11. Okay, so now I need to create a password. Okay, I given a password. Okay, so what after restarting the system, do it need to ask for a password? So no, so I click login automatically, and if I click on continue, so this will basically take some more time, like let's say like not 1 hour, 15 to 20 minutes to install this. You can see some script is going on. You can just forward this 10 minutes forward, not forward, like you can just forward a little bit, not a video I'm saying, let's forward a little bit. Okay, so there is something script going on in the background. You can see it is copying files. Okay, so taking this moment, I'll add some snacks. Okay, okay. So since I have selected minimum installation, so this will basically take less time. If I had given what maximum installation or normal installation, not maximum, normal installation, so it might have taken like 20 to 30 minutes. So now I have given what minimum installation, so it will take around 15, I guess, maybe. Let's see. You can just forward a little bit. Can just be forwarded in this video. I don't need you to waste time in this particular frame of the video. Okay, so one of the best thing you're doing is to learn the Linux, because Linux is the future. You can see that in the future everyone will be able to code in Linux or something like that, because every like 90 like 85 to 90% of what servers in this world are running with Linux. Because let's say that what so Linux is basically taking like 500 MB of your RAM, and then it is running more effectively. So that is what the one benefit of using this Linux. So the second benefit is that what you can run any like you can run many application, or you can just what keep using many application, although it will give the same performance which it was giving in the before. That is one benefit. But the bad thing is that the disadvantage is that you can't use what Microsoft Office and this particular Ubuntu or Linux, because it is not supported here. So if you need to use that particular Microsoft, or let's say that you need to use application which is ending with .exe files, so you need to what use one third-party application called, which is called Wine, Wine. So you can just Google it out, you will get it. So if you need to run any Windows application, you can run using that the third party. But I don't prefer using the third party, because if you use third party, it will obviously get slower than usual. So better use which is pre-installed in this, that is called Libracity. I can show you. You can see here, if I just over on this LibreOffice writer. So this is basically the writer that will be a word document. Okay, so it is taking time, a little bit of time. It is estimated that it will be like 1 minute 88 seconds remaining. Okay, for retrieving files. Okay, that's cool. Since I've selected a minimal installation, so it will not take that much of time, I guess. So you can see, you can just read this. So this is help and support, and this is access for everyone. And so it has a white light background and a dark background as well. So you can change the color which you want, because it is basically open source. You can use the source code and you can modify it based on your needs. Okay, so this is Libracity. You can see not Libracity, it's LibreOffice writer and LibreOffice calculator, that will be Excel, and LibreOffice Impress, that will be I guess this is Microsoft Office. So I don't know. Okay, so I basically know that I don't remember. Okay, so the next thing is make the most of the web, and the in this particular Ubuntu, the what default what browser is Firefox web browser, and Thunderbird is nothing but a email service. So you can just log in with your Gmail, so that will basically work good. So Chromium is nothing but it is actually open source. You might be thinking that Chromium is some kind of virus which has been installed periodically or frequently in Windows operating system, but actually I think that Chromium is one of the best open source tool for browsing. So that is one of the best one. Okay, so you can actually use this is basically what is this? Shotwell. So Shotwell is nothing but a photo viewer. So just like in Windows, you can view the photos. So GIMP is basically, it's like an editor, like Adobe Photoshop. So shortcut video editor is basically like a video editor. It's self-explanatory. Okay, you can see that Rhythm Box music player is not just a music player. So Spotify is also available in Linux, and VLC player is also available in Linux. And you can see that this is a VXC dashboard, something like that, I guess. No, this is what not this is not a dashboard of VLC. This is what it's like a Windows store. This is Linux store, so Ubuntu store something. Yeah, it is Ubuntu store. Okay, so fast and full of new features, the latest version of Ubuntu makes computer easy. So basically the one thing is you need to know about Ubuntu is that Ubuntu is basically built for PC, not for laptop. So if you use Ubuntu for your daily use in the laptop, so you might come across the low battery issue, something like that. Like the efficiency of the battery will be reduced. I'm not saying that it will totally reduce it, but if your system is good, then you will get a good battery life. If not, if you're using Ubuntu, then it will basically reduce it to a little bit lower. So if you are using PC, so then if you are using Ubuntu, that will be so good, because it is basically built for PC, like desktop or a computer in your home. So if it will give more efficiency in the computer than in the laptop. That is one benefit. They are working on Ubuntu for better performance in the laptop also. So you'll get the better performance laptop also, but like not that much which you get in the desktop or the computer, but you will get it. Like, let's see in the future, like after 5 years. So Ubuntu or the Linux. So Ubuntu basically what came from Canonical. So Canonical is one company, so that will basically took a license from the Ubuntu, sorry, Linux, and then they are building this particular flavor which is called Ubuntu. So there is like hundreds to not thousand, hundreds to 200 flavors or distro which you can see, so which you can use and explore. So that is basically Linux, but in the core, on the in the what in the basement, or if you take in the home, in the basement it is actually Linux, but the flavor is totally different. So Ubuntu is also one flavor which has been developed by Canonical. That is all I can see. So they are working on the Linux, sorry, working on the laptops applications, so that it will give more performance like computers. Okay, so it is taking a bit more time. You can just forward this video. If you need to listen it, you can listen. If you don't need to listen, then you can just forward it. Okay, so we're just waiting. Running dpkg. Okay, so dpkg is nothing but a database package, or sorry, not database packet. Dpkg is nothing but Debian package. So Debian is nothing but it is one of the flavors of Linux, that is different, but Ubuntu is one of the flavor. So Debian is one of the flavor. Okay, so there is many flavors like Kali Linux, Pop OS, Ubuntu, and Parrot OS. Everything is basically in the basement. It is basically Linux. So upper side, that will be a flavor, or the design, that will be basically for distro, that will be different distros. Okay, so downloading packages 0.51 remaining. Okay, let's wait for that. You can just skip, I guess. Okay, I'll just skip it. Okay, we are done for the installation, I guess. So it will take seconds, I guess. I'll just wait for it. Okay, so it is saying installation completed and restart now. Okay, click on restart. Okay, I just click on the restart, and yeah, that is prompting to some kind of terminal. Okay, so you can see that please remove the installation media and press enter. So I need to press enter. So if you are using an Ubuntu, a VM, VirtualBox, just press enter. Okay, don't do anything, just press enter. So it will basically automatically restart. Okay, I'll just expand this. That's good. Okay, so you can see that it is reading from DEV SDA2. That will be my inner disk drive or something. Okay, so it has been restarted, rebooted. Okay, so sometimes you will get stuck within this particular box, so you don't need to worry about that. You just need to click the right CTRL, right control, so the cursor will come out. If you're stuck in between this particular black box or inside the Ubuntu, you need to click on this right control, so it will come outside the Ubuntu or the VirtualBox. Okay, let's wait for that, and I really appreciate your patience watching this. Okay, waiting for so long, like. Okay, let's wait for that. You can just move a little bit forward. Okay, so now it is particularly permanently installed. So now what I do, I'll click on this. Okay, so this is basically, okay, let's come back. So this is basically creating online Ubuntu account, so where everything will be backupped. Okay, so backupped, so that you'll not lose any updates or something like that. So add systems. Okay, okay, let it send location security previous, and disable this, and I don't need location security. You can run these many apps, so which it was showing. Okay, now what I do, I click on this and I click on terminal, And then the first thing you need to do when you install the Ubuntu is that you need to update it. I'll just resize this to 650. Okay, that's cool. Okay, now what I do sudo apt update. So it asks for the password. What password I gave? Okay. So this will basically grab all the packages which need to be updated, which need to get updated. Okay, after collecting all the packages, so it is setting this particular URL. So if this particular URL, and it will grab all the updates which it should be doing for this particular operating system. Now what you need to do, sudo apt upgrade. So okay, remind me later. Upgrade. So this will basically upgrade. So you need to download 701 MB of additional disk, and then yes, I need to download. So plus yes. Okay, this will basically download 700 of data file, and then but it will update to latest. So I don't need to do that, and this is how you will install the Ubuntu in the VirtualBox. So this is one example. This is how you can just update it like whenever you need. So, and I'm just ending this video saying that, so this is the way to install, this is the better way to install Ubuntu in VirtualBox. And I appreciate your patience to be watching till here. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.